Are you ready to explode your mind? Welcome to the future of creation.
Learning to code is a lot like hiring a personal assistant who is incredibly fast but also painfully literal. Let's call our new assistant Monty. The creator of the Python language actually named it after the comedy group Monty Python rather than the snake. Monty has an incredible work ethic. He can process millions of tasks in a single second, but he has one fatal flaw. He takes everything completely literally. If you mispronounce a single word, or even forget a blank space in your request, he will completely freeze and stop working. Success with Python comes down to learning how to speak this specific language, so Monty can follow your directions without crashing. Imagine asking Monty to add an apple and the number 5. A normal human would ask for clarification, but Monty will immediately throw a system error and completely shut down. To Monty, the world is broken down into rigid, specific categories. He needs your instructions to match those categories perfectly. Think of data types as the physical objects we hand to Monty to work with, and syntax as the strict grammatical rules we use when giving him his instructions. Once you understand what objects you can give him and exactly how to ask him to use them, you can command him to build web applications or analyze massive datasets. Let's look at the objects we can hand him. The first is plain text. Monty calls these strings, and he only recognizes them if they are wrapped tightly in quotation marks. For numbers, Monty splits them into 2 separate buckets. Whole numbers, like 5 or 10, are called integers. Numbers with decimals, like 3.14, are called floats. This diagram shows the official breakdown of Python's core data types. It maps exactly how the language categorizes information under the hood. Right here, you see the dedicated bucket for numeric types, separating integers and floats, right below the string type. There is one more basic object, booleans. Think of a boolean as a simple light switch that only has 2 states, true or false. Let's ask Monty to do a task to see why these categories matter. If we hand him the integer 5 and another integer 5 and tell him to add them, he hands us back a 10. But put quotes around those 5s, changing the category to strings, and Monty glues the characters together to produce 55. The categorization of the object dictates how the assistant performs the operation. Now that we know what physical objects we can hand Monty, we need to know how to write out his daily task list. While some languages use brackets to organize tasks, this page from the official documentation shows Python relies on blank spaces, called indentation. If a few lines are indented together with the same spaces, Monty reads them as a single grouped block. He is also sensitive to spelling and capitalization. Apple and apple are 2 entirely different things to him. He also has reserved keywords, specific words like if, that are locked as built-in commands and cannot be used as regular names. A red error message on your screen is simply a moment where the assistant's strict formatting rules were forgotten. We can use our new understanding of data types and syntax to read real Python code that might have looked confusing a few minutes ago. Take a look at this short age verification script. Right at the top, we see the number 18. There are no quotes around it and no decimals, so we know this is an integer. On the next line, the word if is one of Monty's reserved keywords, and at the bottom, the text wrapped in quotes is our string. Finally, the empty gap right before that last line is our indentation, telling Monty that this specific action belongs to the if command above it. When we put it all together, the code reads clearly. The user's age is 18. If the age is greater than 12, print the words "Welcome to the app." Programming is clear, literal communication. You are now ready to start writing instructions for your very own digital assistant.
Thanks for watching. Please visit the channel for more content and don't forget to subscribe and like if it was helpful. Comment if something is wrong.